Our small family was as peaceful as a dream. It was just the three of us, myself, my elder brother, and our mother. My father lived abroad, chasing the dreams of a better life. Every day he dreamt of a good future for us, and we followed his dream with hope. Our family was content, full of love, but the woman from the neighboring house, who seemed disturbed by our happiness, brought darkness into our lives. From the very first day, something changed in our mother. In the silence of the night, she started hearing unfamiliar voices. Ma, ... Ma, the same voice, calling her name 3 times. Only my mother could hear it. My brother and I heard nothing. The voice was so terrifying, it began to drown my mother in nightmares. I was too young to understand that fear, but I could see the terror in her eyes. Day by day, mother started falling ill. A grey shade seemed to have taken over her face, and her eyes spoke of silent pain. We knew something terrible was happening, but we couldn't figure out exactly what. That woman next door, as if playing a cruel game, seemed determined to destroy our peace through black magic. Strange things began happening around our house. In the dead of night, we heard eerie noises. From the roof, something invisible would suddenly throw things down, leaving us stunned. There were no shadows, no signs of anyone, but it always felt like someone was watching us. One night, on our way back from the market, my elder brother suddenly grabbed me and started crying. "Look, over there," he whispered. I saw nothing, but from the way he cried, it felt as if a giant woman was sitting on the banyan tree, drying her long hair. Though I couldn't see her, my brother described her clearly. Such strange, unknown events were slowly spreading an eerie fear around us, and gradually our once peaceful life began to fade. As night fell, the entire area would become silent. Only the barking of distant dogs and the rustling of leaves in the breeze could be heard. But even then, when the world was asleep, mother would suddenly tremble. Her eyes would fill with fear. She called me again. She would say, the same voice. She called my name 3 times. Clearly, mother would insist. None of us could hear anything. My brother and I tried to understand. We pressed our ears against the walls, stared out the windows, nothing. Only mother claimed a strange female. The voice was calling her name from the darkness. I was still young. When mother spoke, I'd listen carefully. "That voice sounds heavy," she said. "It whispers, coldly, Savina, Savina, Savina." Mother's name was Sabina. After that, she started losing sleep. Dark circles formed under her eyes. She lost her appetite. Sometimes she'd wake up screaming, "No, let me go. I did nothing wrong." Mother said the voice not only called hurt, sometimes scolded her. Sometimes it whispered, "Your time is running out." The atmosphere in the house began to change. My brother started double-checking the locks at night. Mother warned us, "Don't open the windows. Bolt the doors." One night, I suddenly woke up. It felt like someone was whispering in my ear. I opened my eyes. Mother was sitting on the bed, trembling. The air felt frozen. When I tried to hug her, she whispered. She came again. A strange heaviness gripped my chest. It felt like someone was in the room, but I saw no one. "She's standing in the corner," my mother said. "But you won't see her." I froze. There was nothing in the corner, but the air felt unnaturally cold. My brother was sleeping. I wanted to call him, but my throat was dry. It felt like something was holding my voice. That night, I realized this wasn't just a dream. Something real was here. A presence, watching my mother, and slowly I began to feel fear too. Something was changing. My mother wasn't the same anymore, and neither was our home. It was past 2 in the morning. The silence outside felt like ghostly fog. The light was off, but moonlight filtered in through the balcony, casting shadows of the trees on the floor. Mother was asleep. I sat quietly under the mosquito net. I don't know why I couldn't sleep. Suddenly, a tongue. It felt like a stone had hit the window glass. I jumped. I slowly approached the window. No one, but the tree branches were shaking unnaturally. Then I noticed shadows in the room had shifted, as if someone had pushed them slightly. I turned around. Mother wasn't on the bed. My heart dropped. I stepped out and saw her standing near the door. Her eyes were blank, her face expressionless. "Ma, why are you standing here?" I asked. She didn't answer, just stared outside. When I touched her hand, she suddenly shivered. In a dry but sharp voice, she said, "She's back. She's standing near the window, and she casts no shadow." I looked out. A tall figure stood outside, holding a bag, covered head with cloth, but no shadow beneath her. "Go inside. Don't look." Mother pushed me. I stepped back. Suddenly, a handprint appeared on the glass, wet, faint, blood-stained fingers. I slammed the door shut inside. The wall clock's hands spun wildly, tick, 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 louder than ever. My brother came running. "What's happening?" I couldn't answer. Through the window, I still saw that shadow circling the house. No sound, no shadow, her eyes 2 dark pits. Mother trembled and collapsed. "She won't leave. She came to take me." My brother grabbed the Quran and began reciting. The shadow froze, stood at the window, then slowly vanished like smoke. The 3 of us huddled together. We sat awake till dawn. Lights on, the handprint remained on the glass, as if reminding us this was just the beginning. It was just past 12:30 a.m. Fog surrounded everything. The streetlights flickered unnaturally. Suddenly, we heard a rumbling, crashing sound from the roof. We all jumped. It sounded like something heavy rolled across the rooftop. My brother shined a flashlight up there, but saw nothing. The roof was blanketed in fog, and something seemed to be moving inside. It's clear and eerie. Mother suddenly ran in, saying, "It's starting again, just like before." "Who's doing this, Ma?" I asked. She didn't answer. "They've come back," she whispered. Suddenly, dash thud. It sounded like a giant rock had been hurled down. The whole house trembled. My brother ran out, and I followed. Near the old mango tree beside the house, we saw something lying on the ground. As we approached, our blood ran cold. It was the severed head of a chicken, its eyes still open. Behind the eyes, drawn in blood, was a similar triangle with an eye in the center. My brother backed away in fear. Who is doing this? Then Mother screamed from inside, "Come inside, now." We ran back. She was sitting on the bed, shaking. Scratch marks covered her skin like someone had clawed her. 5 sharp marks, red like streams of blood. "Where did these come from, Ma?" I shouted, still trembling. She said, "I was asleep." Then someone sat on my chest. I couldn't breathe. I could smell its breath. It was rotten, like burning flesh. My brother locked the door, sprinkled holy water everywhere. We all sat, close together in one room. Suddenly, the light went out. The room went dark, and from one corner, a woman's voice said, "Your mother, she belonged to me." The room grew icy cold. The air froze. Our skin crawled from every corner. Whispers echoed, "Give her back. Give her back." Then we understood They didn't just come to scare us. They had come to take something. It was 10:30 p.m. My brother and I were walking back from the market. A strange silence surrounded everything, as if the night had swallowed all sound. Suddenly, my brother stopped. Before I could ask anything, he grabbed my hand tightly. "Don't. Look," he whispered. "What is it?" I asked. He pointed toward an old banyan tree by the roadside. I looked. Nothing was there. "There's a woman sitting up there," he said softly. "Her hair is long and wet. She's drying it. But there's no wind. And her face, she has no face. Just a hole." I forced myself to look but saw nothing. He stood with his eyes shut. "She's crying," he whispered, telling me to look back. Don't look back. The air turned deathly still. The leaves stopped rustling. The dogs, the cows, everything went silent. Then came a smell rotten fish and raw blood. My brother suddenly began crying. "She's calling my name. What do I do?" I held him tight and dragged him forward. Then behind us, a branch from the tree broke. We ran while running. My brother said, "She told me. She's known me since I was a child. She used to sit beside me." When we reached home, we saw our mother standing silently in the back courtyard. Before we could say anything, my brother fainted. Mother looked up at the sky and whispered, "Now, she's after my sons." Early dawn, we were walking home again. A worn-out wooden bridge lay ahead. From a distance, we saw something shifting on it. My brother squinted. "Snakes," he said. I saw them, giant black snakes coiled across the bridge. Their eyes glowed red, their tongues flicked out. We froze, couldn't move forward or back. One snake raised its head and stared at us like it knew we were afraid, shaking. My brother pulled out matches. I lit one as the flame rose. The snakes hissed but didn't move. I picked up a dry stick and lit it. The flame shot up high. Only then did the snakes dissolve like melting mist. We ran across the bridge. When we returned home, we found Mother lying still, drenched in sweat. Suddenly her voice changed. Man's voice said, "I needed your fire. Now I can come." Our mouths dried. We realized we had unlocked something that had been sealed for years. Even as dawn broke, a chill clung to the air. My brother was still unconscious. Mother lay still on the bed. I was alone, but I wasn't alone. In the corner of the room stood a woman, white saree, no feet beneath her. Her body floated, her face covered in blackness, like ink smeared across it. I tried not to look but couldn't help it. She was staring at me. Then she said, "I came to take your mother, and this time you can't stop me," and then vanished into thin air. I ran to the window. In our yard, symbols had been drawn in red. In the middle a circle with stones, an amulet and goat bones. At that moment, I understood. Our neighbor didn't do this just to harm us. She was trying to bring something back, something that had been trapped for a long time. There was an old mirror in our house. Years ago, Mother had sealed it in a wooden box because she said it smiled on its own one day. It suddenly rolled out from under the bed on its own. My brother stood in front of it, trembling. I looked at him and saw that his reflection wasn't his. Inside the mirror stood another him, with bloodshot eyes and a twisted smile. "I told you I'd return," the mirror shadow said. My brother screamed and stepped back. A hand came out of the mirror, hard like stone, cold as ice. It scratched his hand. Blood oozed, and then on the mirror, words appeared in blood. 3 days left. The dogs near our home always barked at night, but for the last 3 nights, not a sound. yet we saw them on the porch heads, down, tails tucked, like they were waiting for something. Mother said, when dogs go silent, it means they're more afraid than we are. That night, scratches echoed on our windows, not animal claws, human nails. In the morning, we found a message on the window. Your time is ending. We had called a spiritual healer. He arrived at dawn with coal-lined eyes, charms, and incensed. As soon as he stepped inside, he said, "A 300-year-old spirit has been summoned into this house." He searched every corner, then said, "Someone has buried a photo of your mother." After 3 hours of digging under the kitchen floor, we found a charm wrapped in ash and mud. Inside Mother's childhood photo, on the back, bound soul, must be returned. The healer said to stop. This, breaking the charm, isn't enough. You must settle the spirit's terms. It wasn't even evening yet, but suddenly a deep blackness covered everything. The birds fell silent. The air stopped moving. Even inside the mosquito net, it felt cold. The house lights wouldn't stay on. Even candles flickered and died. A strange, fog-like smell filled the rooms. Mother stood at the door. Her eyes glowed unnaturally. "I know. He'll come again tonight," she said. "He speaks to me in my dreams. He says he'll take me back." "Who is he?" I asked. "He is my shadow, the one I lost in a past life." That night, Mother began speaking in her sleep, but her voice had changed, was now that of an old woman. "You promised you'd bring me back. You'd return, my husband. Now keep your word." My brother began reciting prayers out of fear. Suddenly, Mother sat up. Her eyes were white, lips bluish. "Don't call me by that name. I'm not your mother anymore." A shadow appeared under the door. We opened it. No one was there, but the shadow remained. Its head was bald, its eye sockets empty holes. Its lips curled into a wide, unnatural smile. It slowly entered the house. We stepped back. The shadow merged with ours. We could no longer tell which shadow was ours and which was. "It's Dot," Mother said. "From now on, fear your own shadow, because the one it touches, it takes with it." Near our house was the Eidger field used for funeral prayers. One night, we saw someone standing alone in the center wearing white burial cloth. No, one had died that day. My brother looked out the window and screamed. "She's smiling at me," he cried. I couldn't see anything, but a cold wind rushed through, slamming every door shut. Mother whispered, "Long ago, a sorcerer was buried there. He's returned now to finish what he started." 3 a.m., knock, 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 my brother said. "No one's out there." We peeked through the peephole. A single eye stared back, bloody and wild. Then it slowly moved away. We opened the door. No one. But on the inside of the door, written in bold, 3 people. But only one will go. We started hearing sounds from the wall. Knock, knock. "I'm coming." We thought it was mice. But after breaking the wood, we found no mice. Instead, rotting flowers, stones, and a burnt doll. The doll had one eye, a drawn smile on its back. "Let my mother return." Mother screamed. That's my childhood doll. It burned years ago. How is it back?" One night, my brother got up and walked to the mirror. I followed. He stood in front of it and said, "You're not me. I'm not you, but I will return." His reflection grabbed his throat. I screamed. He collapsed, unconscious. Written in blood on the mirror, one entered, one left. That night, the healer returned. He lit a fire circle around Mother, chanted loudly. The windows and doors slammed open and shut. The air filled with the smell of rot. Then in the center of the room, an apparition appeared. It cried with a child's voice, "Where is my mother? Who is my mother?" The healer said, "This spirit has forgotten who it was. It made your mother its home. Now it must be returned. We were warned, if you hear a voice behind you, never look back. But I made that mistake. After prayer, I heard a whisper, 'Hey, come here.' I turned. A woman stood by the wall, rope around her neck. Eyes burst open. She smiled. 'You saw me now? I'll stay with you.' Since that night, my shadow has an extra shadow that walks beside it. Finally, we dug around the house and found 5 charms inside. Each something personal. 1. Mother's photo. 2. Brother's torn shirt. 3. My fingernail. 4. A child's tooth. 5. A blood-stained cloth. When we burned them all, a voice echoed, 'Did you think it would end like this?' One night, Mother said, 'Tonight, it's leaving me, but I won't survive.' We cried out, 'No, Ma, don't say that.' She said, 'You must live. I was with it, in a past life. Now, I've returned it.' She fell asleep. She never woke again. The healer said, 'The spirit is gone, but burn the body, or it will return.' Everything seemed normal again. We cleaned the house. We laughed. But Mother was gone. On the 44th night, a baby cried outside our window. We looked out. Sitting on the roof's edgy, a doll-like child, cracked face. In its hand, a note, 'I've returned.' We decided to leave the house. The night before we left, we saw a long shadow standing by the wall. It looked at us and smiled. 'Leaving, but I'm tied to you by blood. Wherever you go, I will be there.' We left for the city, new home, new life. But at 3 a.m. the phone rang. I answered. A familiar voice whispered, 'Sabina, Sabina, Sabina.' The clock's hands froze. It wasn't the end. It was only the beginning.